I love when we handshake at the open mic. It's like the most mask moment of my entire week. Sorry, I have to roll up my sleeves so you know that I'm gay. So I love when Cal talks about getting like, you know, sirred and ma'am, because that gives me a great segue to talk about my own experiences being gendered in public. I am a non-binary person. I don't really get sirred. I don't really get ma'amed. What I get is young manned a lot. And, you know, I used to wonder about this. I was like, what about me screams like small boy? And then I realized it was, you know, the way I dress and the way my face looks and the way my voice sounds, and probably also the number of times I say I'm gonna fucking shit my pants in public. But you know, it's a really multi-use phrase. It's great for lots of occasions. It is appropriate for none of them, but I still love it. So I recently started grad school. Something I didn't realize about grad school is that in grad school, offering you drugs is just kind of how white people shake hands, you know? Like, I went 24 years without anyone ever offering me any kind of drugs, I think because I'm very narc-passing. Yeah, like, I come from a long, like, line of people who use various substances, and then, like, one day this baby that was me just came out, and they were like, yeah, this kid's a fucking cop, you know? Yeah, you can tell from looking at my face. So I wasn't really going anywhere with that. I just wanted to double check and make sure that the drug terms are still, you know, the same as I thought they were. I was viciously mocked the other day for referring to weed as pot. Someone said that I sounded like a dad saying it, and I said, what kind of conversations do you have with your father, you know? So yeah, it's been a lot of new experiences in grad school. It's been very strange. So I want to talk about a new experience I had recently, but first I need to give you a little background. So does anyone ever find themselves sort of like, I don't know if the crowd's gonna like me saying this, but does anyone ever find themselves a little like generally horny? Like,
Never.
Okay. Well, you know, that's great for you. Congratulations.
Some of us live with this, Mary.
So, you know, a few months ago, I was feeling kind of like generally horny, and I was like, the clear solution to this is to make out with a stranger. Just like random person who I don't know, will not have to face ever again. So I, as you do, chose someone I knew from Standup. None of you. Sorry about that. I'm not gonna say who it is, but you can ask me later if you want. So I chose this person I was gonna make out with, and I was like, okay, it's gonna happen. So I was talking to my best friend who lives in Chicago, and I was like, yeah, so I'm gonna make out with this person. And she was like, well, how do you know them? And I was like, oh, I met them doing stand-up. And she was like, don't debase yourself like that. And I was like, by having a random hookup? And she was like, no, by being attracted to a comedian. And as a comedian, I was a little offended. But as someone who's never had standards, I was kind of touched. I was like, oh my God, you think I'm too good for something. That's a new one. But I didn't realize that there was all this etiquette surrounding like comedy hookups. It turns out, and this is in no way based on my own life, except it is, so there you go. Sometimes when you do a showcase performance where there are people in the audience other than like other comedians waiting for their time, sometimes when you do a showcase performance, people will come up to you after the showcase and they will, for lack of a better word, hit on you, and they will give you their number, and they will text you later asking if you want to come over and watch The Parent Trap with Lindsay Lohan. Which is a really fucking gay thing to do. Like, I'm pretty gay, but I've never done that before, so I was, like, astonished by the innovations that youth are making in the field of sexuality. Here's the thing. It turns out that when you go over to someone's place to watch The Parent Trap, two things. One, it will turn out that they actually want to watch The Parent Trap. not just watch The Parent Trap, but watch The Parent Trap with director's commentary. Something I didn't even know existed. 2, it turns out that after The Parent Trap is over, when you're... How do I put this delicately? When you're getting busy after The Parent Trap, there's unspoken etiquette that I wasn't aware of. It turns out that you're not supposed to remind this person of the life choice that they're about to make. You're not supposed to remind them that they've decided to like hook up with a comedian, which, you know, I think says a lot more about them than it does about me. I did not know this rule. I didn't know this rule. So if you are me, what you do is you're getting your pants back on and you very indecorously say, "So do you usually fuck clowns?" And they don't like that. They do not like that. I think that had I not already come, she would have just kicked me out. That's a lie. I did not orgasm. It was bad. It was kind of bad. I'll be real. Anyway. Where was I going with this? Clown fucking?
Yeah.
A thing some people are into. Me, also apparently a thing some people are into. Astonishing. That's my time. I think I was gonna try to end on like some kind of note, but I don't have any. I don't have anywhere to go with this, so I'm just gonna mosey on out. Thanks.